this computer. So guys, my name is Brian. I'm an instructor here at JoinIT Solutions. I want to officially welcome you guys to your first day of the training. The number is encouraging. We see over 70 of you interested to get into IT, which is an encouraging number, right? It means that at least you either know one of us or someone has recommended you, someone who has either taken this training or someone who is already working as a DBA. So we are coming here today as our first day to help you all get started, right? Keywords before we start. The beginning of everything is always very difficult. I can recall the first day I started manipulating computers, right? I used to be a carpenter. I graduated from GTHS Bamenda. I was specialized in roofing, church benches, lockers, and all of that. So the first time I started computers was in Douala. I had to go learn computers in Douala. I did not know French, so I had double challenge, the computer itself and not being able to speak French, and I was being taught in French, right? So it was very challenging for me. And once I was able to go through that training, I noticed that, hey, in this life, anything that you want to do with your dedication and the right mindset, coupled with the right people around you, you can definitely do it, right? If you see me talking today, it's not because I used to be an expert. I started from zero, just with advanced level. And today, I'm a Microsoft certified trainer. I have my Microsoft Certified Solution Expert certification in data management and analytics. I'm a cloud computer certified guy, Azure administrator. I'm also a certified Azure database administrator, right? And I still continue to learn. What has kept me going is the fact that I'm able to teach, and I like teaching. Because of this, we're going to tell you more about the instructors you're going to be meeting. But this was just to officially welcome you and tell you that you might be thinking today that I am not able to do this. This is not for me. But I'm assuring you that with the right set of people around you, with JoinIT Solutions, we have all the resources. We have a dedicated team that will take you from today till you land that job and beyond. Our trainings here at JoinIT, we don't teach you for 3 months. We don't teach you for 4 months. We make sure that we instill in you a solid IT foundation that you can just, expand on it, right? Our training is 6 months. And we make sure that after 6 months, we stay committed. We walk you through interview preparation until you hit that job. And even when you hit that job, you are still here for on-the-job support. And every trainee that has passed through JoinIT will tell you the same thing, right? We have a couple of them here. You have JB. JB just started his training. She had a job after graduation, and now she's the one refusing offers. The good thing is that there are a lot of DBA jobs out there, thousands of them, and what you should focus on is, do I have the skill set to secure this job? I know we come here with different minds. You pretty much have heard Brian making 6 figures, Alan making 12 figures or whatever, right? That might be. I don't know what 12 figures is, just saying it. You might have heard George making 6 figures with 3 DBA jobs working from home. But one thing that we want to instill in you is the fact that you need to secure those skills. And you secure those skills by taking a training. If you don't take this training seriously, you will not get to that point, right? So congratulations and welcome. Our agenda today, you see, pretty much is we're welcoming you to your class session, March 2022 C5A and March 2022 C5B. Today is your day 1. So some key things we're going to be looking at today is welcome to JoinIT. Of course, you should have a welcome package, right? That is made up of a check of $500, a t-shirt, a mouse pad, and a computer, right? So your welcome package is in your hands. We'll already send you a welcome package to buy. That is a computer. That means a requirement and an extra monitor, right? So that is your welcome package given to you by JoinIT. So we'll have some general information, then we'll look at the syllabus. What are you going to be studying throughout this training, right? How to succeed in this training. You'll hear people like JB, George, all those who have taken this training come to tell you how they started, where they are today, and what helped them to be successful. Because these are all people who have been sitting in this same spot as you are sitting today, right? So you hear from them. Then we're going to take a placement survey. When you look at the number here, you're over 70. It's practically impossible to have a class of 70, right? And there are some people here who are already working as, in the IT field. There are some people who are living from the nursing to IT. There are some people who have not even been working. There are some people who have no ideas about computing. So what we'll do is we'll take a placement test, and based on this result of the placement test, we'll decide how many classes we're going to have and where each student is going to belong, right? We want to put you in a class where we know the rate at which we're going to be teaching you. If I'm explaining something about servers to someone who's raised in the IT field, that person definitely knows what I'm talking about. But if I'm explaining this to Betila, right? Betila does not even know what a server is. Betila might be thinking that a server is one of these people selling in a restaurant, right? So we need to put you all, Betila, I'm just putting you on the spot. I know you know. We need to put you all in your respective classes based on your level of IT, so we know exactly what resources we're going to allocate and what time we're going to allocate to help you all get started. So we're going to take that placement test. We're going to do a computer review. What do you all have? Have you checked your computer specifications? From there, we'll split your class. We'll create your class WhatsApp group using the results that we had in the placement test. I will have you in your class WhatsApp group. Then we'll go through some questions and answers. With that being said, I would like to call on someone's background is noisy.
Brian, you didn't succeed.
Look like everyone is muted.
Brian, you didn't succeed to make me co-host yet. Could you please check again? I think, yeah, I don't think it worked.
Okay, it should work now. So, with that being said, I just want to recall a month ago we had an orientation class that talked about JoinIT and talked about this training and some of the things that you can do to succeed. Today we are not going back there. I would just like to give Alan a couple of minutes to give those who are just new a general overview about JoinIT, not going detailedly, right? Just telling us what is JoinIT, what's our vision, our mission, how do we intend to help our trainees be successful in this training, right? And maybe talk to you about our success rate so you are very comfortable. When Alan is doing that, remember, today is your first day of class, right? Information that you have today might not be SQL related, but we expect you all to have a notebook around you, have a pen, and just jot some points. Have that feeling that you are in class. Don't just see it as if you are watching but a movie that is acted by Sam Lokwan Okwa, right? Where you just listen and you laugh. You don't even care if you recall it next day. So get into that habit of being a student, get your pen and your paper and actually write down something. I know it's been a while, some of us have not been in school. So Alan, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Brian. Guys, as you all have heard Brian say, he has introduced himself. So before I go ahead and talk, I'll introduce myself as well. My name is Alain Four, and I have been a DBA now for a couple of years. And prior to becoming a DBA and taking a training exactly like this one, in fact, a training a little worse than this one. And when I mean worse, I mean the information that we got is not as good as the information you guys are getting today, right? I was an accountant, and I just moved into this country, and I had to take this same training, and today I'm a DBA, right? It's a long story. You guys all right, I muted you, Santos. Now, you guys will notice that a lot of you here will probably have the same story or a different story or a similar story to any of the people you'll be hearing talk to you today. So please pay attention, be inspired by everybody you hear. Santos. Thank you, sir. Be inspired by everybody you listen to today. So, JoinIT Solutions, who are we? JoinIT Solutions is an IT company, right? That's the very first thing that we do. Training is really just one of the things that we do. First of all, we are an IT company, and the vision and mission of JoinIT Solutions, which started by our founder, Brian Chongwine, who just talked to you, was to bridge that gap between people who are thinking about getting into IT and IT itself. Think about IT. You stand and you look at a computer is so complicated, and all these different things and different things or processes are running on it that you are not even sure about. Now, what does that mean? How do you bridge that gap? When we're talking about a gap, we're talking about you leaving from a complete beginner in IT, like Steven, like Joe, like Santos, like Melvis, to becoming an IT expert. This is what we are specialized in doing. And like we said, you are all in the right hands. JoinIT is a team of like-minded database administrators, cloud engineers, software developers, website developers, basically every niche of IT that you may want to think of, we have them here at JoinIT Solutions, so that we can help you in whatever thing that it is that you want to finally end up in IT, whatever thing that pricks your interest. This is how JoinIT Solutions can help you. And you are all starting today, right? This training is going to go for 6 months. And in this training, what we are going to do is we'll start you from an absolute beginner in JoinIT and in IT as a whole. That means what? That means that we will take you from how do you click? How do you right click? What is this you're looking at on your screen? What are these things that you're seeing on your screen? We take everybody from 0 to 100%. Nobody is left behind. In this training, you are also going to be handled by several people, teachers, teaching instructors, mentors, and other people who just come into the community just to give you that push. So the reason why we're giving you all this information again is just to remind you that we had this meeting, you all made the decision, and you're here, but this is just to show you that you made the right decision. You'll be hearing more from us as we go forward today. I would like to officially welcome you to the rest of your life. You guys saw we just announced someone today, right? This is someone 6 months ago. I know him personally. 6 months ago, he was in the same spot like you guys. He knew nothing about IT and he knew nothing about computers. And today, he's a database administrator making a lot of money. It is not an exaggeration, right? Stick there, stay in. You have the support, you have everything that you need, and you're going to be seeing more of this as we go through today's class. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Alan, for that wonderful introduction. And you all will be hearing from Alan for the most part. Like he mentioned, JoinIT is not a one-man show. This is a team of dedicated IT professionals. You see here, you see Alan, you see Brian, you see JB, you see Clovis, you see George. The team keeps growing, right? And that is why we need you all to join the team. We are not a training institution focused in making money out of students. We are focusing in instilling knowledge in you all and helping you build your IT career. That is why when you start this training, you see the number of instructors that are going to be reaching out to you to help you, the number of instructor assistants. You yourself, you'll be short of words, right? Because the dedication that the team has is amazing, right? So again, welcome. There's going to be room for questions. Santos.
Yes.
Just practice to mute, and we just do some house cleaning, right? Some housekeeping. Let me use that word. Be mindful of your background. We have sat in orientations like this. We have seen very nice pictures or videos of people behind the scene. So when you're in class, be mindful of that. We encourage everyone to have your video on, but again, you need to be mindful of your environment, right? Be mindful of your activities. So muting yourself as well. You need to know, be conscious. That is why I tell everyone, if you're coming to class, dedicate the 3 hours. Keep your phone aside. No distraction, just dedicate those 3 hours, right? So you don't get into any issues. So we're gonna be looking now at the next thing, which is some general information. So you all be prepared, right, to get started. First, you can take a picture of this with your phone. You're gonna need this information. We're still gonna provide this for to you all. Classes, or this session, we have classes on Mondays and Wednesdays. Then revision classes on Fridays. So the reason why we have a revision class on Fridays is because we want to make sure that you don't get into the next week without a good understanding of what had been taught the previous week. So when we teach you on Monday and Wednesday, Friday now you have a revision. It is not mandatory, but we encourage everyone to be present, because this is where revisions, we use them like in preparation for interviews. You're going to be asked questions on the things that you have learned. You're going to be given the opportunity to express yourself. All your projects that you're going to be working on in this class will be presented during your revision classes, right? So this is an extra mile that we are going, an extra day that JoinIT is dedicating to ensure that you are successful in this training. So the class time is always going to be the same. I believe that from today, no one is going to ask in the group again that when is the class starting, or what time is the class starting? What is the time in Turkey? What is the time in Cameroon? What is the time in Yaoundé, right? What is the time in Com? By the way, I'm from Com, right? We have our own time zone there, Com Central Time. So the next thing is overview of this training. Like Alan mentioned, this training is 6 months. And within these 6 months, the first 2 weeks is focused on computer basics and making you understand the IT environment. Other schools will just tell you that, come on, I'm going to start teaching you. They don't care if you know what a computer is. They don't care if you know the components of a computer. Working as a database administrator, you need to understand those components of a computer, such as the storage, because that is where your data actually resides. A database has files, and those files reside on that storage. You need to understand what is memory. You need to understand what is CPU. These are things that will make your databases to run slow, and you might not even know if you don't understand what they are. So within these first 2 weeks, we focus in building that foundation for you to understand that, okay, this is where I'm starting, and this is where I'm going to be heading to. The training is 6 months. After that first 2 weeks, the next 3 to 4 months, we focus now on making you understand SQL Server, understanding databases, how to create databases, how to manage databases, and you do a lot of practical things that DBAs do at work. Then from there, you have a midterm project. That midterm project is going to be a comprehensive project that captures everything that has been taught from today, where you work, you have a 2 weeks break, you work on it in your group, then you do a presentation in a panel of database administrators just to evaluate to see how far you have gone. After your midterm project, you come back now, we have 2 months again for more hands-on, where we now look at setting up high availability and disaster recovery solutions for our databases and more interview preparations. At the end of that 6 months, you have a project, which is your capstone project. That is what makes you a graduate of JoinIT. You need to go through the project, and these projects are a couple of tasks that have been put
This meeting
together.
is being recorded.
A couple of tasks put together, which are things that we as DBAs will do at work. You're going to be having, we have more than 20 people here that are going to be teaching you. Instructors, assistants, and mentors. 95% of these people are working as DBAs. So you're going to be doing first-hand lab work, right? What I do at work today, I share with you all that this is what you're doing today. The next thing, after that 6 months, once you're done with your capstone project, we transition you into on the job, not on the job, but into interview preparation and more hands-on, where we send you now to another team. That team is headed by a gentleman, DBA here, Galade. He takes you now, he starts preparing you, work on your resume, do other hands-on things that we did not do throughout the 6 months. Prepare one-on-one interviews with you, right? And that is continuous until you get that job. You stay within the community. Every Mondays and Tuesdays, we have this interview preparation. So you don't go anywhere. The 3,000 training fee you pay today is like a lifetime membership at JoinIT. Now, within those 2 months after your graduation, that is when a lot of students get their jobs because they concentrate and they do what they're supposed to do, right? Then once you get a job now, we transition you into a JoinIT DBA forum where it is made up only those working in the field. Those are DBAs, not those who have graduated and they are still in the job market. In that forum now, we pay close attention to those who are already working. If you're working, you just had a job and you have an issue, a task, you call or you send a message in that forum, someone is always there to help you. So you have all this support from today till you'll be the one to leave the community. But be rest assured, no one leaves this community, right? JB can tell you. JB is looking at moving into JoinIT space. Just kidding. Even my senior Oga, George. All right. So next, what we expect is that we, outside of these regular classes that we're going to be having Monday, Wednesday, and a revision on Friday, we encourage you all to study at least 2 extra hours a day. And we're going to teach you how to study. It's just like now I tell you that, hey, Wilson, go and study SQL. You don't know how to study, right? So within these first 2 weeks, we're going to teach you how to study. And you use those skills to be even studying above 2 hours a day, right? Then we are looking at group studies. When you start this training, your success truly depends on you, also on your group members. Once you start, we're going to put you all in groups, right? After 1 month or 3 weeks, when we are sure who are those that are going to register, we put you on your groups. Then we assign mentors in those groups. So we expect that you all should be meeting in your groups, at least twice a week or twice a week to discuss the things that we have learned and work on assignments and projects because you're going to have assignments. Next is our teaching method. How do we teach at JoinIT? Classes are through Zoom. You see me sharing my screen now, right? I'm going to share my screen. Every instructor is going to share their screen. And that is why we want you to have 2 monitors, because now you can look at me talking somewhere and I'm sharing my screen here, right? Sharing my screen, I'll be able to teach, and we use mostly graphs to explain to you for proper understanding. If I'm telling you that this is a server, I say once you have a server here, within this server, you have a database, right? You have a database, and the components of these databases are A, B, C, and D. So you are seeing what an instructor is doing, and now you can be actually practicing on your other screen. If I tell you that, look at my computer, right now I'm going to be creating a database. I will tell you, hey, you all right-click on databases. You should be able to be seeing what I'm doing, and then you have another monitor to do it for yourself. If you have just one monitor, what means is that you're going to minimize that, see what I did, then bring this up again and try to do it. That is why it is very important to have 2 displays. You have your laptop like this. This is how your environment should be set up. This is how your environment should be set up. Right? So here you have your computer. right? That's your laptop. This is your laptop like that. Then now, if you have just one laptop, what is happening is that you are seeing me doing what I'm doing on that laptop, but you cannot see. If I tell you that, okay, click on this thing on your laptop, you need to minimize what I'm doing. So we need that when you have this laptop, you buy an extra monitor, just a monitor. This monitor now, you need a cable to connect from this your laptop to this monitor. That way, you do what is known as a duplicate display, where you can see what an instructor is doing here, and you do it on the other side. This monitor is not a computer. It is an extra monitor, just a display. If you have an old TV at home, you can use that, right? But please, get an extra monitor. So all of these should be sitting on your table, right? All of that should be sitting on your table, okay? So next, we do a lot of screen sharing. If we are teaching something and you have a question in class, you are lost, we say share your screen, click here, and we go. So it's like a live class. Then online videos and study links. We're gonna send you study links. Most of your assignments are gonna be links for you to read through or videos to watch and answer some questions, right? Then group work, assignments, and projects, very important. We give you assignments. We give you projects that you need to work in your groups. Next, we have this is just a couple of instructors here, but we have over 20 that are going to be working with you. You don't see JB here, you don't see Clovis, you don't see my Oga, George, you don't see Helena, but these are the instructors that are going to be working with you. So you might want to take this, and we're going to give you a list of all instructors and instructor assistants and their numbers, right? So you can call them at any time, give them work, right? My name is Brian, as I mentioned. So I have, for the most part, I'm always with the JoinIT official number, which this number rotates. You might hear calls from other people. You know, we have a team. Someone might be using that number to call and follow up with you and all of that. So the best number to store on your phone regarding JoinIT is this, right? The best to store is this, 210-993-7190. You can call it JoinIT. My personal number is 210-663-0020. This is Galabe's number. Galabe mostly is in charge of graduated students who have graduated and they are getting into the job market. So in the early stages of this training, you might not really hear much from Galabe. He's waiting for you all at the other end of the tunnel, right? It's always greener. Adebole. Nice. So next you have Alan or Ephraim. Ephraim, he's here as well. He's one of our instructors, a great guy. You know, you get to hear from these guys all the time. He's a man of very few words. Please make him to talk more by asking him a lot of questions, not just during class. Send him messages, right? You should bug them. You have Alan, of course. You've been hearing a lot from Alan. You know, he's a very dedicated team member at JoinIT. So you've been reaching out to him already. Keep doing so. You know, we are committed to make sure you're successful in this training. Next, you have Miss Barbara. You're going to be hearing from her. She's also a very dedicated team member. You have Stefan. He's more of cloud computing. You might not hear from Stefan now. Then you have Jarvis as well. So this is just a couple of instructors that are going to be with you. But like I mentioned, we have over 20, or this plus a total that will get 20 instructor assistants. We're going to share that information with you, probably your second day of class. So feel free to call anyone in the team. These are people willing to help you at no cost. Your training fee, also very important to you and not to us. As much as this team is dedicated and committed to see you succeed, there's a financial commitment that you take. And I want you to don't look at this financial commitment as the main thing you're putting into this training. What we expect more of you is your dedication, consistency, right, and seriousness to get this material and go to the job market. The training fee is $3,000 for anyone in US, Canada, UK, Europe. $3,000. If you're in the Middle East, Dubai, you have is equivalent $1,000. If you are in Africa, Cameroon, Nigeria is $600, equivalent to 3,000 francs CFA, right? So these 2 weeks, don't bother about this. You shall only look at this after the first 2 weeks when you're like, okay, I really want to do this. Okay. I'm going to give room for questions once I'm done with this slide. Or do you have any questions now you want me to address before we proceed? And also there's a chart, right?
I have a question.
Yes, Wilson, go ahead.
Yes, I just had a question concerning the monitors. Are we gonna need the duplicate display today?
Not necessarily.
Okay, that's it.
And you have the Zoom chart. You can ask your questions in the chart. So next year is class expectations. What do we expect from you all? First, we need a conducive environment. Your background should not be noisy, right? You see how annoying it is for someone to be saying that, please mute, please mute, please mute, right? So we don't want that. When you're coming to class, be conscious that you're going to class. Your videos should be on. That is a requirement. I can kick you out, any instructor can kick you out if your video is not on without any valid reason. Statistics have proven that those who are in class and their videos are off, they are never following. Maybe you turn your video off and you are somewhere drinking a bottle of Heineken, for those who drink that, or a bottle of Guinness to people like Noni and Nosy, right? I think he drinks Guinness.
No, I'm a whiskey man.
Well,
I don't drink Guinness, I'm more whiskey.
okay, we can see we're gonna be chilling with the big boys pretty soon. I will chill with you. Just kidding. Okay.
No, of course you chill with me. Of course, I want to chill with you like that too.
Definitely. All right. So your video should be on. Be respectful to everyone. In this class, there is no dumb question, right? Please don't talk back to someone if they ask a question. You have all the time to ask questions. The instructors are coordinating the class. They know when they will not take questions or when they'll ask questions. So there is no stupid question, especially in this beginning, right? You need to ask your clarifying questions. We are there to answer them and make you comfortable as much as you have to be. So practice using the Zoom chat to ask your questions. Yes, at times when an instructor is teaching, something might really come up in your mind and you want to ask it at that time, but he has not given room for questions. So you can practice to send your message in the chat, so at least you just keep that record. At that time, the instructor can read and say, oh, I need to go back and touch this, because if you go too long, you might forget. Also, have the habit of coming to class with a notebook. Those who did history in Cameroon, you know, used to copy notes, right? At the end of this training, you need to have at least 3 legends, right? I'm just kidding. We'll teach you how to take notes on your computers. So, but we still expect you to have a notebook in class. Okay. So other things here we're looking at is WhatsApp group chat should be for SQL related stuff only. After this assessment that you take today, we'll actually move you all from that general orientation group, because not everybody there is taking the training. They will put you in your respective WhatsApp groups, right? Based on your results. Then we'll start sending you official messages. Okay. Another thing we recommend, once you are in your group, make sure you ask at least one question or share at least one thing you have learned daily. Don't be in a WhatsApp group that is on SQL DBA and no one is even asking a question that, what is this? I learned this, what is this about? So it is your responsibility and we hold you accountable. Once you're in your group, ask at least a question about IT or what has been taught or what you have learned. If you don't ask, make sure you answer at least a question that someone has asked, just to keep the group active, right? We shall not give out Christmas packages to, silent group members. We shall have a headgear taking note of all those who are silent. Okay, so any questions? Any questions? We'll proceed.
Yes, I have a question.
Question. Go ahead, Mr. Com.
But it's not based on what you just said. It's based on the fact that
Go ahead.
it's based on the fact that I logged in with the monitor and I couldn't get the sound. Something just asked me to disconnect it and then I got the sound. So what do we do in order that I don't have that issue? Maybe some other person too is having the same issue. Thank you.
We're gonna fix that, right? Most of these things, day one, we're gonna address those, right? Maybe we don't do it today, tomorrow, someone will call you. Tomorrow is a day to arrange all of your things, right? I took off work tomorrow to make sure that you have your environment set up. So when you say I have this issue, I'm gonna connect with you, take care of it, right? So that on Wednesday in class, you all should be good. So don't worry about that. Yours is just an easy fix. I can even just send you a video to tell you how to click and fix that, okay? Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna do the syllabus presentations shortly. The next thing is just your training fee. We talk about that. So some due date. Today is the 28th, right? We're assuming you're starting your training today. The first 2 weeks is free. Don't worry about that. So your first installment is due on March 15 of $750. From there, you have monthly payments of $500 on the 15th of every month. So April, May, June, July, and then August, you should be paying the balance of $250, assuming you're in the US, right? Or Canada or UK or where that applies. Then with the other guys, it's just gonna be a split of your training fee into 6, and we start paying that. So there is a $100 discount to anyone who is paying this tuition at once, right? By the time you pay in, and remember, this financial commitment should motivate you. Once you put in that money, you know that, hey, I am committed in doing something. So we don't encourage anyone to start this training and drop. But because of our community spirit, if you start this training today and you pay, let me say, $750, and for some reason you go on deployment, you cannot continue, when you come back, you only pay the balance, right? Assuming the training fee is still at $3,000, you only pay the balance. You don't need to pay what you had already paid, because I've answered the question. What if I start the training today and I don't complete it because of some reason and I have to come back? Whatever you've paid is going to apply. Okay? Perfect. So, any questions?
There is no time limit for that. Let's say that the person started the certification and after maybe 3 years decides to come back, it's still gonna be the same price, or it's gonna depend how the price will change.
So I cannot tell what the price is gonna be. In 2020, when we're in the middle of crisis, we reduced that price to 2,500. And those that started and did not finish, if they're coming to enroll now, if they are paid 2,000, so their balance was 500 at that time, but because the price had changed to 3,000, they need to pay the difference, right? So I am not sure. If you go through the training, we encourage you to start and go through. But if something happens, you back out, you can always come back. What you have paid is going to apply. That is just all I will say on that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Please, sir, I have a question.
Go for it, Fanny.
My first language is French. I speak English, but not quite. So I don't know if it will be an issue for me.
That is actually an advantage to you, right? When you go in an interview, when you're introducing yourself, the first thing you should tell them, they'll always ask you what has been one of your major challenges. switching from French to English was a challenge and you were able to overcome it. So that is an advantage. Regarding the training, it's not an issue. The way you're talking, I cannot even tell, right? So it's not an issue. You instead have an advantage over those who cannot speak French. Because when you go in an interview, you know, you have an upper hand, you know 2 languages, right? So don't look at it as a setback.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, at least I know 2 languages. Also, I know English and I know BCom because I come from Com. So when I go in an interview, at times I try to talk to them in BCom and ask them if they understand it. They say no. I say, okay, let me just speak in English.
To Lyman, Bobby Brian.
Okay, so let us see.
I don't have a question.
Go
I have
ahead.
a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, for the ones in Africa, actually, it says like $600, right, for the payment. How they're gonna do? Is it in full or there's a payment plan as well?
The payment plan as well.
Okay, but it doesn't say anything right there. I don't see it.
I mentioned that that's going to be payment over 6 months, right? If it is 600, so every month you have to pay $50, right?
Okay.
Yes, and we'll communicate that. Now let's not focus about the money part.
Okay.
We'll start talking about that when we get to that point, right?
Yeah, I got it. Thank you.
Great.
I have a question,
what
sir.
part of Africa are you in?
Angola,
Oh, do you know Rosaria?
of course.
Okay.
She's the one who introduced me.
Not me, the other Rosaria.
It's not you, I know. Rosita, right?
Just to be clear.
Actually, Brian, you're talking to Zadi Amigo. So
Oh yeah, I know we have spoken a lot.
yeah, I was just making sure because of my uncle. He's right there too in the class. So
Okay.
Mr. Brian.
And my father too.
Oh, nice.
Hello, Mr. Brian.
Go ahead.
I have a question. I didn't understand well. So people who live in Africa, they will pay just 600?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's good. That means if I go back to Africa, I'll pay this money, right?
You're a very smart man. You want to go back to Africa and pay 600?
So you go back to Africa just
like
because
idea.
600?
No, that's what I was
That sounds
asking.
Anyway,
good
he's gonna
idea.
pay for the ticket, which is expensive.
So by why they have to pay 600 and people living in the USA and UK they gotta pay?
Okay, so we are, like I said, we're not gonna get into the money part. We understand the part of JoinIT is just helping. We are not all about training, right? We also try to put these resources, help our people back home, right?
Okay.
So it's not about what are they gonna pay. Look at the job opportunities in the US. You don't have those in Cameroon. Look at how easy it is to get $100 in the US. Someone in Cameroon don't have that. So we look into all of this and say, how can we help our people just to teach, educate them, you know, so at least they are aware of all these technological advances. So that is why we are doing so, right?
Excuse me, I have a question.
Go ahead.
It's about the placement.
Okay.
So when we're gonna take the test for the placement, are there gonna be a difference between some students, like some will be more advanced than others, and would that affect the time also that you will finish the course?
So that's a very good question. So the approximate time for the training is 6 months. When a class like the advanced class that are coming, these people already know we're not gonna spend more time, you know, as compared to spending time with absolute beginners, right? That is why one class might always finish ahead and another one finish below, but it's based on the speed of the class. Because we don't want to fast forward you people. We want to teach you the pace at which you will understand. The advanced class is always faster. Like the session that is running now, the advanced class has already graduated, but the other class is still working on the final project. So depending on the class that you are in, we'll see how it goes. But for the starting this training, 6 months, you all should be applying for jobs.
I have a question.
Yes, Njiku.
Yeah, I wish to ask about certification. Like after the course, are we gonna be giving certificates, like, you know, the situation with us here in the UAE, like you want to apply for a job, you need some kind of proof that you actually studied this domain. Or
outstanding. Yes. Certifications, we have DBA certifications. The first they're going to be writing after 3 to 4 months is your MTA, which is Microsoft Technology Associate in Database Fundamentals. When we train you for 3 months, we're going to provide you material and walk you through on how to register and write for that certification. Certifications are not issued by JoinIT, they are issued by the vendor owner, which is Microsoft. And you know, once you have a Microsoft cert, it means a lot, right? So we're gonna give you all that information. Make sense?
Yeah.
So we're gonna take some more.
Let me ask this question.
Yeah, last question before we proceed. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Pastor.
let me ask this question. Yeah, I just needed to find out, do you guys take credit card?
As of now, no, but in the next 2 weeks, we might.
Okay, no problem. I just wanted to find out because I like using it all the time.
Okay, I like credit cards too, especially when you give me to go and swipe there.
One more question. Last one.
Go ahead, Fotso. Are you Fotso, Victor?
Not yet.
A question too.
Yeah. My question is, the training is for 6 months, and I mean, the way you explain, like, students are usually ready around like 4 to 5 months. Now, I mean, my question, if you have like students who join the class and after like 2 months and you notice that the student is ready, could you just like move him to like the next step, or he has to wait the entire class to move to the next step?
So we'll encourage you once you're already, for instance, right, 2 months is not ideal. We have had students who come in and after 3 months is the minimum where you can see that, okay, this person can definitely make progress. So after within 3 to 4 months, if you notice that you are doing this, you stay in your class, but we can provide to you videos of the class ahead of you so you can start watching. We have had people had jobs in 4 months. I had my job in 3 months anyway, because I was originally in the IT field. I've had people here, Chi, Brian, others that had their jobs 4 months. They started applying 4 months after the first part. Because once you go for the first part ends with your midterm project. After your midterm project, now you already know exactly what you are into. You know what you can do. If I provide you videos of the remaining 9 classes ahead, you can watch them, take 2 days, 3 days, watch them, and you start applying for jobs. And we'll always identify those students and we tell them, right? We're not gonna have you keep wasting time. We'll identify you and we'll tell you, hey, watch these videos, build your resume, give it to us, we'll review it, we show you how to start applying. So a lot of students that when they come in and they are serious and they are confident, in the 4th month, they start applying. All right.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay, so before I go to talk about the syllabus, not to scare you all, I would like to bring in my senior Oga, George, just to say a word. You're gonna be seeing Josh all the time. And he's an instructor assistant here at JoinIT. Josh, you have the floor.
Thank you, Prof. Welcome, everybody. It's a unique position for me to be because 6 months ago, I was right there and I was skeptical. I know things were running through you guys' mind right now. You're not sure. Some of you guys might wish you started earlier. You had some of your friends that have jobs already, and that's why you're here. I just got my job. I just finished the program. And I'm really excited because I could tell Prof today I have a friend as well that's starting in this class. This thing is real, but it's gonna take you to believe in yourself. The system that JoinIT has is proven if you just follow the steps. So it's a life-changing experience. We all have different reasons why we're doing this. Some of us were doing it because the money is good. And some of us were doing it because we just want the freedom of working from home and still making good money. So feel free when you get into the program, you can reach out to me. I'm very there to be of help, to share my experience and answer questions. But I want to charge you to look at yourself tonight and be sure that you want to do this. Different people of different caliber has come through this program and they've made it work. Family-oriented, family people have come with kids and they've gotten the job. Single people have come and they've done it. People that have been in the country for long and people that have barely been in the country and they have the job. So this is not a program that works for some category of people and does not work for some people. Anybody can do this, but you have to come willing to learn, willing to soak the materials. This is a family. Prof. Allen, I could call him my friend. I call him any time of the day, he picks up. The same thing, Prof. Brian, JB. These are people that I met when I came into this program, Clovis, all of them, they are just a phone call away. So you're gonna make friends, you're gonna make long-lasting friends that are really gonna impact your life. So keep an open mind, be determined that you wanna do this. The program is self-propelling to get you to the finish line. So welcome to JoinIT. Like Prof. Brian said, this is a lifetime membership. Your 3,000 is just, when you get to the end of the program, you understand that what you're paying or what you've paid is nothing compared to what you're gonna get out of the program. So congratulations on making this decision, and I will see you guys around.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, George. And George can tell you he just finished his training. He was in the advanced class for the C4, the C3 training that started in sometime in July last year. He's already working as a DBA and he has all the support, right? George will leave here, drive just because he works from home. He will drive, go work at Allen's place in Houston. You know, at times I can take my laptop, drive, you know, fly, go anywhere, go sit and work. So there's a lot of work-life balance in this thing. If you're coming in, know you're getting into a very nice career, right? When I do this, we're gonna hear from, just to present to you all the syllabus to see what you're getting into. We're gonna hear from JB, we have Clovis, we have Barbara here. I think Barbara is here. And we'll hear from others, right? All right. So this is the syllabus. You're gonna get this when you start, right? And I'm just gonna go over it. So also you see a couple of things that we're gonna be doing, right? Students in this program are expected to have a mastery of SQL Server, the database administration, right? So we're gonna teach you all of this. These are your expectations and goals once you complete this training. You have an understanding of SQL Server database administration. You have an understanding of the IT environment. If you just leave now that you're going, they give you an IT job. You don't even know the various teams within the IT. You don't know what A is doing, what B is doing, what C is doing. You're gonna be confused. So we teach you now the IT environment in general, so that you tell somebody I'm getting into IT, you have some material to add to that statement, okay? So we're gonna teach you all of that. So when you leave this training, right, understanding all of this, what the database administrator does, with hands-on knowledge, your resume should be having at least 4 to 5 years of experience, and we're gonna explain that to you. So you can become a database administrator, you can become a senior database administrator, you can become a database engineer, a database solutions architect, right, where you can design databases, and even a database developers. Others have left this training and their first role is development work, right? But because they have that foundation, they are able to go through. The requirements here, you have a Windows 10 or Windows 11 with at least 16 GB. You need access to the internet, right? You need an exercise book, and of course, you need a pen and a pencil, right? So we're gonna provide you learning materials, your books. We're gonna give you e-copy books that you use for this training. We're gonna provide you all the software that you're gonna be using. And we are not using free softwares. We are using licensed Microsoft softwares, right? The SQL Server, things you're gonna see at your job. That is what we are using. So we have a lot of study materials, links that we send, videos, and all of that. We're gonna be referring you to our webinar classes. We refer you to seminars to attend, free trainings online. We're gonna be sending you also some YouTube videos to watch, right? The audience is individuals with limited IT background interested in getting into database administration. So if you're here and you don't have IT knowledge, then this training is for you. If you have IT knowledge, this training is for you. So we have designed it to accommodate everybody. Okay, so IT professionals looking at gaining more advanced skills. So the first module here is more of computer basics, where we'll make you understand those basics in computer. Working as a database administrator, databases reside on computers. So you need to understand these computers, these various types of computers. What is a client versus a server operating system? How does that play in your role as a database administrator? So within these first 2 weeks, we're gonna teach you this. We're gonna make you understand the IT environment. For this, you are the module 1. Then we're gonna look at your responsibilities. In module 1 is just making sure you understand what you're getting into. I wanna be a database administrator. What am I gonna be doing? Who are the people I'm gonna be working with? Next, module 2, now we take you into, you're a database administrator, right? SQL Server. What is SQL Server? That is one thing you use as a DBA throughout. You're going to use SQL Server. So we're going to be showing you SQL Server, how to install it as we do in a corporate environment. You know, what are the versions like SQL Server Overview, just so you know what you're going to be doing. Companies that use SQL Server, right? There are a lot of them. So once you have a good mastery of this technology, and what I'm talking about is just this. This is what I'm talking about. Throughout, 95% of the things you do is here, and it is not even a big or complicated system. If I tell you create a database for me, Wilson, right click and do new database, a form will come up for you to click and create that database. So you have all this practical knowledge. If I tell you take a backup of this database, create a user and give them permissions to this database, this is what you're going to use. The good thing with SQL Server is that it is user-friendly. In as much as I can type commands to do certain things, I can definitely just right-click and do them. If you go and you're learning Oracle, yeah, 99% of the time, they expect you to type a lot of commands, right? So module 2 is the SQL Server Overview and databases. When you go now to module 3, you are looking more on the architectural part. How is a database being designed? What are tables? What are entities? What are their attributes? When I have this data, my first name and last name, where is it stored in a database? It is stored in a table. What is a column? What is a row? How do I create a table? How do I create a relationship between all of these? So that is what you're going to be looking at in module 3, right? Then in module 4, we're going to be looking at backing up and restoring our databases. Why do you back up your WhatsApp messages in the cloud? Why do you back up your contacts in the cloud? So that if something happens, your phone is stolen or it falls in the hands of wrong men, let me not use the word stolen. I will have to be nice now to everybody. If your phone falls in the hands of wrong men, right, you buy a new one, you just download those contacts in the cloud and you restore them. So we're going to teach you also how to back up a company's databases. If you back them up and something happens, how do you recover them, right? So that is module 4. Going down to module 5, we'll look at, okay, performance issues. We'll look at indexes. I have this database, it is running slow. What could be causing it? I have my phone here. When I try to go to the internet, it's slow. What is happening? My internet might be bad, right? You might be using but orange internet, of which you're supposed to be using good internet, I can tell. Just kidding. I'm not marketing Camtel, right? It could be that you have a lot of apps open on your phone. It could be that there is something running at the background. It could be that your memory of your phone is low. So we're going to look at performance tuning, focusing that on indexes, how we can use them to make our databases work well, right? That is module 5. Module 6, we start seeing how we can write all of these statements. We see, give me a list of all the students that are in JoinIT. From student, you will learn how to go into a database, manipulate data, retrieve information from a database where you can click and see all the students that we have. So you'll learn how to do all of this in module 6. But in this module 6, this is where you're going to be going now for your certification, the database fundamentals. Then when you go to module 7, you see now how to write advanced store procedures, like complex T-SQL scripts. In module 8 is how do you monitor your environment and ensure optimum performance of your databases, just to monitor, right? Do you have any security monitors in the house? I used to be, right? If you know, you know. If you get it, get it. If you don't get it, forget about it. Okay? So next, we go to part 2. After module 8 under monitoring and security, performance tuning, you have your midterm project now. From your midterm project, you get back and you start with module 1 again for part 2, where we are doing virtualization. We set up a virtual environment. We learn some system admin stuff, Active Directory, how to build virtual machines, how to create users in the domain, how to set up a cluster like an actual working environment, right? Then from there, you go to database security, where we look at how can we secure our databases. What kind of permission do I give a user? That is on part 2. Then that is module 2, part 2, database security. Module 3 now, we look at other things like setting up, upgrading SQL Server. How do you upgrade? Your phone here, you might have an iPhone 10, right? But now iPhone 8 or whatsoever, but now they're in iPhone 20, right? Or what, I don't know if it's iPhone 20 to all my iPhone people. So you see how to upgrade SQL Server from a lower version to an upper version. Then module 4 of part 2, we now look at high availability and disaster recovery solutions, where we're going to be looking at always on log shipping, just to make sure that a company's database is always up and running. Then from there, module 5 is the last part. We take you to your capstone project, interview preparation, resume building, and job application. You see that this is a well-structured training to take you from an absolute beginner and progressively to be a database administrator, just like my Oga George, in 6 months, right? So if you're coming in here, there's work to be done, and we believe that with the resources we have in place, you'll be able to do that. Okay, any questions? And these are some projects that we're going to do. We have a lot of projects at the end of the training, right? A lot of projects. So we're going to keep you busy for 6 months. Any questions? Where's in Appetit? Yes, Joe, go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, I just wish to know if I have 2 questions. So the first one I asked in the chat already. I just wish to know it's technical. I don't master much about that, because you have to use 2 monitors, as you said. You need to connect a cable from your laptop, for example, to the monitor. Is it going to be something you can use internet also, and so that it's like working on 2 computers, or the monitor is just for practical purposes?
The monitor is just an extra display. You don't need internet, right? Just your laptop and your monitor. It's just like you want to have 2 TVs, right? So you are watching Cameroon and Nigeria game on the other TV, and you are watching Barcelona and Chelsea, right, on the other TV. So it's just like that, but you don't need internet on both. So the 2 games here is now me and you. You're gonna be watching what I have on my screen, on one of your screens, and you want to be doing some task on the other part of your screen.
So
it's just
if you have a low performance laptop like what I have, as I told you, and you buy a good performant one, you can still keep this old one to use as a just for the
monitor. That is correct. You can use that, but the connection is going to be different now. We don't recommend you to do that. We recommend you to have an extra monitor, because this is the same setup that you work when you get hired, right? You definitely have your laptop and an extra monitor, or even 2 extra monitors. So we want to start building you in that direction.
Okay. So you absolutely need a different monitor.
Yes.
Not a second laptop. Okay. The other question is concerning certification. You mean after 6 months, besides the knowledge that is going to be inculcated in us, which can permit us to get a job, there is no direct certification from you, or we have to write some kind of a general exam in a competitive organization in order to have a certificate that is going to be worldwide recognized.
So by the time you're done in this training, the only thing that makes you a graduate that is sole is JoinIT's responsibility is your capstone project, right? This is what you have, which makes us know that, okay, you have graduated, and we have that responsibility to ensure you secure a job, follow up with you, make sure that you're able to keep your job. Now, IT certifications are granted, or they are designed by the company that owns the product. SQL Server is owned by Microsoft. So Microsoft defines what certification, if you want to be a SQL Server Database Administrator, what certification you will write. So throughout your training, JoinIT will let you know what certification. The first is going to be MTA, which we have said we'll ask you to write that after 3 months. MTA is a Microsoft Technology Associate certification to validate your understanding of databases. Also, certifications are good, but you don't need a certification to get a job. It's not like nursing where you need to go license, right, before you can practice. With IT, what we put on your resume, you'll be able to defend it. Certifications are going to add value to your resume, but you'll still start applying for jobs without a certification. All my certifications, I had them when I was already working. But now most of the trainees that are graduating now, they already have their MTA. Josh has it, almost everybody. They do have it.
So if I understand well, MTA is the only certificate you obtain in the course of the training.
It is not the only. And we tell you to write that at the end of the day, Microsoft does define what certification. Right now, they used to be MCSA, they used to be MCSE, but they are retired. You cannot write this anymore. So Microsoft brings up new certifications, right? These were retired in 2021. So now there is another certification which is known as DP 300, which is administering databases. But because Microsoft is moving to the cloud, this is a little bit cloud-based, right? So for now, you focus in writing this. We don't know when the replacement of this will come. It might come this month or next month or when they bring it up. But we'll guide you on what certifications to write along the line.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Perfect. Defan, you had a question?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. I just wanted to ask how if I got an extra monitor, how would I connect the monitor directly to the laptop and share the screen, because I just did that, but what is showing on my laptop is probably showing on my monitor, so I don't know how.
Good job. We'll take care of that. If you look on our agenda, we have a place for setup. All you need to do on your computer is right-click, go to settings. Then under settings, you'll see a place for displays, right? Where you do an extended display. That will be your first thing that you'll fix by yourself, and you'll be happy, right?
So will it be done on the laptop or on the application?
It does not matter on your laptop. If you just right-click on your laptop and you go to settings, and we're gonna show you this, right? We're gonna show you this in class. If you go to settings and you might be just scroll down, you'll see display.
Yeah.
Advanced display. Are you having Windows 10 or Windows 11?
10.
Okay, so you'll see on that display, you'll see a drop down where you click there, you'll see extended or extend or duplicate.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I remember. I saw that once, but I didn't know how to.
Anyway, we'll get there. That is not what we'll be doing now, right? We'll talk on it.
Thank you.
Okay. So I will give the floor to, before we take our placement test, which I'm gonna send the link here. Make sure I have that. I will give the floor to JB. JB is also an instructor assistant here at JoinIT. She is someone who is very motivating. You know, she likes to see others succeed. She has helped a lot of people by just talking to them, giving them that hope, you know, that we can do this, and it has been working, right? It has been tested and proven. So I'll give the floor to JB to say a word and welcome you guys.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Yes. All right. Hi, everybody. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
But we can't see you.
You can't see me?
No.
You can see her now. Can you?
Okay. Okay. Now it's better.
Here I am. Here I am. So you're welcome. Some of you who were on the group or joined the group previously, the WhatsApp group, you probably saw a video that I did and I posted on the group, sharing my experience. I was part of the February 2021 group. So I joined in February 2021. I went through the 6 months of training. I was transited into the interview prep class, and not long after, I got not one, but 2 good jobs. One of my jobs is with Microsoft. So that would tell you something. I had 0 IT experience. I didn't have any IT experience. I did have corporate experience because I used to work in a bank prior to coming here, but I didn't have any IT experience. So if you feel nervous, can I know it? Yeah, I understand why you feel nervous. I was there, I've been there, you know, so don't worry. If I can know it, you can know it. I used to be that person that I cannot even, I can't even change light bulb. That is how scared I am of plugging or anything devices. But here I am, you know, just a few months down the line. So trust me, this is it's going to be a life-changing experience for you. Beyond the education that we give you, you're going to develop yourself. There are so many things you're going to learn. You're going to learn work ethics. You're going to learn how to work as a group. You're going to learn team spirit, you know, which takes me to something that I really need to talk about. Brian has already said about it, that you're going to be put in groups. So as you're going to be put in groups, it's very important that you work together as groups, because this journey, you can't really do it alone. You're going to need your group members. Sometimes when you just start off, you know, everybody might not just be on the same line, but eventually we'll all come together, and it's very important. I was in a group of 6, and of the 6 of us, 5 of us are working already. And the last person is definitely going to get a job anytime soon because he's superb and fantastic on the job. So it's important that you work together as a group. It really helps you, teaches you a lot, because as an IT professional, you are always going to work in groups. So we teach you that from JoinIT. And then, like my colleague George said, you must be ready to do the work. There's work coming. There's work coming. These classes are going to be recorded, yes, but you have to take out time to go through those videos again. There are some times when you assume you already know what was taught in class, but trust me, there were classes I was sure I did not attend until I watched the video and I see myself. I said, JB, see your life. So you were in this class, you know, so it's important that, you know, we find time to attend the classes and then watch the videos again. Then talking about time, I know a lot of us are busy. A lot of us are going to say, oh, I'm working. I did this training while having 2 jobs. 2 jobs, I'm married, I have 2 kids, and I have a very handsome husband that I have to keep happy. So whatever it is you want to say, I've been there. So it wasn't really easy. It wasn't so easy, but it's not about the journey being easy. It's about you succeeding at the end of the day. So like Brian said, I'm that person that you would call when you need moral support. There'll be days that you would feel like, oh my God, can I really do this? So I'm that person you call. If you have technical issues, call George. He will attend to you. If you need moral support, call me. Because really, beyond the education that we give you, one thing that JoinIT also gives you is that encouragement. You're going to need it. You're going to need this along the line. 6 months is a long time, but just know that you are not alone. You will never, ever be alone on this journey. There will always be somebody for you to reach out to. If you need to talk, if you have technical issues, whatever it is, there will always be somebody available to help you. So you are in the right place. Just trust the process, trust the team. JoinIT is a team that delivers. We deliver. Our success rate is outstanding. We deliver. Just be ready to do the work, and we are here to support you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, JB. Thanks for that. So, like she said, right, we're going to be having a list of who to contact at any point. We have a very dynamic team here. So, as JB mentioned, the good place. Okay, so before we take the training, you've been hearing from, I think, Brian, George, Alan, just a bunch of guys with BH. I think you should hear from Clovis now that he does not have any BH. Does Alan do? No, Alan does not. Sorry, that was a wrong analogy. So for that reason, let us hear from Helena, right? Helena is part of this. She's part of the team. She's a DBA. She will tell you how she started and where she is today. I would like Helena to focus on, what she did before this training and how this training has helped her. Helena, have the floor.
Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. I see the hunger to succeed, to work from home. My friends call me senior DBA work from home. That's how I used to call myself when I started this training. Like, I already saw myself in that position, and it's really amazing. I used to work night shift in a warehouse, and trust me, it was not easy. And then I will come back when I'm trying to sleep. I have to wake up, I have to study. Like, it was not going, trust me. I took this training while working in the warehouse, and it was not easy for me. But trust me, if you come and taste this money, you understand that no matter how hard your work is, you just do it for the money, right? And you're working from home. And one of those people that I can tell you that, I mean, just, you can tell your mind, like you can use your mind to turn black into white. I can convince you on that. I will motivate you. Anytime you're down, just call me. There are times I'm not even up, like I'm sad, but I want to make you know that you can be happy. So I'm always here for you. There are always going to be challenges. The course is very interesting, but you need to put the work, right? You need to work. You need to trust your teammates. You need to contact people, reach out. And this is really going to be a successful journey. I assure all of you, JoinIT is a family. As you have joined, you have joined. You are part of the family. There's no way you're going to leave. We're not letting you go, except you want to let us go. And we are ready to give you whatever you need at any time. You can call me at any time. I'm ready to help at any time. Thank you so much for taking this opportunity to be with us, to be part of our family. And we do hope for a successful journey with all of you. Thank you so much. And you are welcome once more. Welcome.
Thank you. Okay. So we'll leave Chloe for the last. So now what we'll do is I'm going to send you all the link to the midterm. And again, this is not to test your knowledge. It's just to make sure that we are putting you in the right class, right? We'll pitch. So answer it to the best, just answer to the best of your knowledge, right? It's not to see who will have 100. It's not to see who is going to have 100. It's just to make sure in the right class. So I'm sending this, might be Alain who's gonna send that in. You can take this just once. Is the Zoom chat. Alain, did you take the Zoom chat away?
It should be there somewhere.
Okay, I found it. So I've clicked on that link. I've sent you that link. If you click there, right, I'm gonna send that to the other groups.
I'm sending it to the WhatsApp groups.
Okay, send it to the WhatsApp group. So once you click on that link, you'll see a couple of questions, right? Just read through, and we're gonna stop the recording for 10 minutes. Read through, just answer the questions to the best of your knowledge, and we'll continue from there. So this is probably gonna take you a maximum of 15 minutes, right? A maximum of 15 minutes. From now, it should not be up to 15 minutes, but just taking that with your break, and we'll get back.
I clicked on the link and it's asking for my email.
Yes, you need to put in your email because we need to capture that, right? You ask for your email, there's gonna be another question that's gonna ask you for your email. So the first link, once you click there, it's gonna ask you to enter your email. Once you enter your email, the first question again is asking your email because you might have a different email, but you want to use a different email for this training. So it's gonna ask you. If the first email that you put in is the same you're gonna use for the training, just repeat it in that second question. So I'm gonna pause the recording for now. And do we have Clovis? Michelle just joined.
I just succeeded in resetting the password.
Okay, go ahead and click on the link, sign in there and start answering the questions. Yes, Clovis, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Prof.
Do we have anyone from the Mubakos community here today?
Yeah, definitely. We have.
Okay, so
Yeah.
just take a couple of minutes and just tell these people what, I just want you to focus more on the areas that helped you to be successful in this training.
Okay. All right, guys, good evening and good morning, wherever you are. So it's a pleasure having you guys here today. You see, I will be looking sideward because I have two monitors in my front. So it's always a pleasure to kind of make that determination, right? So if you're here, you're at the right place. So one of the things I will tell you guys about today is the same position you guys are at today. That's the same position I was in like February of last year. And today I'm working. I've been working for 6 months now. So immediately after the 6 months of training, I got my job. And I will tell you, it is everything that will get you to this position is determination. If you're determined, you're gonna make it. If I can do it, you will do it. If any other person can do it, you can do it. I never had any IT background. I did not have any IT knowledge. Back home in Cameroon, I was a teacher, history teacher in that matter. I did not have anything concerning IT. But just that determination, I put in that time, it's going to be difficult. We're not going to tell you a lie that you get, because you have other things to do, right? You have other things to do, you have family to take care of. But then when you have that determination, you need to forgo some of those things and focus on what you want to achieve in life. When I started this course, I quit my job. I'm here, I have family back home to take care of. I have mothers, I have siblings and all the like. And what was I doing? I was doing Uber. Back home, you call it a taxi. I was doing taxi, to forge my bill, pay my tuition, which was not even the main course. Because here at JoinIT, when you put in your information, hey, I'm facing these difficulties. Can you give me a little bit of time? They're going to do it because their focus is not that money. Their focus is human success. And that's why we are all here today. So believe me, when you put in that time, you are determined to do what you want to achieve, change your career, change your life, and that of your family. It's worth it, guys. It's worth it. So I would tell you, put in that time. I'm here, and with many other bunch of instructors around here, we're gonna push you through, pull you through. Call me at any time. I'm always willing to help. But then, first of all, the success starts within you for you to go through. Thank you. We're going to talk more as we move forward with the training.
Okay, perfect. Someone is asking how much you make, right? Guy, there is a lot of money in this. So I don't want to lie to you. The average salary of a database administrator, average salary is around $95,000 US, right? In the US, let me say it that way. US, Canada, for those that I know in Canada that are doing DBA, right? So when you're leaving this training and you're getting into the job market, we tell you the least you ask for is $95,000 a year. That is almost $50 an hour or more, if I'm not mistaken. And that is not, we are not saying this to push you, right? Ask any DBA out there how much they are making. Of course, it depends the company. We have had students who graduate today and they're making 85. We have had students who graduate and they get their first job at 120. If you ask me, because I've been in the field for a while, if a job is not 125,000 and above, don't even call me for the interview, right? I'm pretty sure Alan will tell you the same thing, but people that just start new, you know, the goal is just to get in. Look at JB telling you, I'm pretty sure her first job that she had was around 80, getting to the 80,000 like that. That was low pay, but 2 weeks into that training, she has another offer. She's the one thinking now, should I keep the two or should I just focus and learn on one? You know, she has the knowledge, she can keep both. Most DBAs you see today, they are doing 2 jobs. I'm just quitting one of my jobs because they asked me to come to the office 1 day a week. I'm like, I don't even want to come to the office 1 hour a week, or even 1 hour a year. I don't want it. I'm quitting that because it was not going to take me 2 weeks to get a job. The good thing with DBA, and I want you all to do this search, just go to the internet, just go on your Google, open a Google page and type in DBA jobs near me. Just look locally, right? And see what happens. See the number of jobs that you will get. If you go to Indeed or whatsoever, I'm just looking at DBA jobs near me. Look at Senior Database Administrator, Sql Server Database Administrator. And you can see the pay here. This one is paying between 81 to 103,000 a year, right? You can see a lot of them, SQL DBA, Sql Server Database Administrator, just near me. Look at the jobs. So you think that why will there be these jobs if the job market is saturated? And there are a lot of them. Just I'm in Texas. How many of you are in Texas? Very few. And the good thing is that most of these jobs now are remote. But just look at DBA jobs. If I apply for 10 of these jobs, believe me, I'll have at least 4 of them because I know what I am doing. So when you're coming in, we don't even focus on telling you about money. We tell you 2 things. Ask yourself this question, these 2 questions. The first, you ask, do I have the skills to get the job? That is the first thing. Do I have the skills to get the job? The first thing is not, am I going to be paid? Am I really sure I'll be paid this amount? The second thing that you're asking yourself is that, are there jobs out there? Job availability. This is what should push you to continue with this training. These 2 questions. And if your focus is with these 2 questions, you shall not derail a little bit. When you turn and go online and you see the jobs, you can even be tempted now to just get a resume and apply. They'll call you. Ask all these people who have graduated and in the job market, they get interviews every day. Do I have the skills? Of course, JoinIT will give you the skills to get that job. None of our trainees have had a job and get fired because of they cannot do it. First, the support system is there. I cannot do it by myself. JB cannot. That is why we have a team of more than 20. We have a group of more than 100 DBAs on standby in the DBA forum to help those who just get their jobs. Okay, who asked that question? So I'm just gonna give you guys a scenario, right? I have a friend, a very good friend of mine, right? She was in the nursing school. Their family is more of nursing. It's a nursing family. So as sisters, you have RNs, you have pharmacists and all of that. So when she started this training, you know, everybody thought it was a joke. But at one point when she got her job, behold, it's a 6 months training and she's making close to 6 figures, what the pharmacy does not even make. That is not fair. I will not be happy, right? But I'm just saying that there's a lot of money. Pharmacists go to school, they have school fees loans. I'm not saying that don't become a pharmacy. It's a good thing. But when you start looking at comparing stuff, you see that this is an easy way. If your goal is really to become a pharmacist, you can become a pharmacist while doing something. If you're doing a DBA job working from home, you can sit and take online classes. I am in school. I'm still going in, I'm a student at Walden University. I sit at home. At times, I just shut off my work computers and I take 2 hours to do my schoolwork. So there's a lot of flexibility here and there is good pay. But these 2 questions, if you ask me, am I sure I'm gonna get a job? I answer you with this. First, do you have the skills to secure a job? And you'll get that all the time, right? And then the second thing I'll ask you is, are there jobs out there? Once you have yes, all here, and then you have everything it takes to secure a job. So today's class is gonna be 2 hours, 30 minutes. So we need time to build based on the results of the survey, we need time to build the class registers and all of that, right? I have 73 people who have responded. And again, our class capacity, you definitely will start by 35 by the end of the day, right? Not up to that amount is gonna stay in class. After 2 weeks, some people are gonna drop. So we try as much as possible to keep a class size of below 30. That way we have enough time to concentrate with you. We don't take you all and pile you because we want to collect money. Oh, my video is off. Any other questions before we round off for today?
I have a question.
Yes,
I
please.
have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, sorry. So how is SQL related with Python?
Good question. So in your class on Wednesday, I think it's gonna be on Wednesday, when you'll be learning about computer software, right? On Wednesday, we learn about computer software. You understand that when we're talking about computer software, we are looking at operating system software. We are looking at application software, right? You understand that an operating system software is like your Windows 10 that you're running. That's an operating system software. Then you understand that application softwares are softwares that are being designed to meet a specific need, like WhatsApp, a banking application, all of these things. So all of these softwares are designed with a programming language. They need a language to design all of these softwares. So when you're looking at this, an example of an application software now is our SQL Server. And this SQL Server is written with a programming language, just like your WhatsApp. What language did they use to write WhatsApp? You see that under programming languages, you'll be looking now like Python. You'll be looking at Java. You'll be looking at C#, you're looking at C++. So those are programming languages, okay? You use a programming language to design something. Now, SQL Server is an application that is used to administer databases. And this SQL Server has a language that it understands, and that language, same like every relational database management system, they use SQL. That stands for Structured Query Language. But now SQL Server uses T-SQL. So not to confuse you, when you get your class on Wednesday, you should be able to answer that, okay? But this gives you an understanding. Operating system software here, you're talking about your Windows 10, Windows 11 that just came out, Windows Server, operating system, and all of that. We shall still go ahead to classify this under a client and a server operating system. So by the time you're done with the first part of the training, the first 2 weeks, you understand all of this. By the way, that was a good question. Any other question?
Yeah, Mr. Brian. So I would like to know, as we're going to be having like a hands-on job, so will you be focused on what we're gonna have like starting working, or it's gonna be like a full package, or it's gonna are you planning to highlight, or it's gonna be a full package?
It's a full package. The entire training is hands-on, right? Okay. It's a hands-on training. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you all an example. See here how your training is structured, just so you know. Classroom. So by the time you build your class registers, right, you'll belong in a classroom. So you already have a classroom for you, C5A or C5B. We'll put you there. All your materials are going to be posted there. My goal for coming here is just to show you the C4A class. You see, look at what they are working on now. They are working on, they have a project, which is project 2 that they are working on. Okay. Right. So we give you projects where you'll be able to go there. And most of these projects are hands-on stuff. You sit in a panel, you present all of this. Okay. You sit in a panel, you present all of this. That's project 1. I was looking at project 2. You see, like, look at this. Consider a student table with a primary key underlying this, right? And the following this. They wanted to do a normalization of this table. You understand all of this. And in the few weeks, you'll be doing all this kind of labs. You see a lot of lab work where you need to work, you need to do stuff. Restore a database, back up a database, right? Perform a strip backup. So a lot of labs. Look at the project. This is just project 2. They're going to work on this, and in their class groups, they're going to sit and present this and explain in a panel. So you will do all of this. These are people who came in and they knew nothing, but now they sit in a panel and they talk SQL. Okay, so don't worry about that. We're going to start hands-on from day 1, okay? Yeah. Cool. Any other question? We should be rounding up.
Hey, Brian, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Awesome. Hey, I just got one question. So the application here, the Microsoft SQL itself, you're going to be providing that to students?
Yes, we're going to provide you the materials, the books, and study links that you need for this training, okay? So what you see is, if I go here, you have a welcome package, where we're going to share that with you. Inside this welcome package, you're going to have everything that you need. Right? You see under applications, these are the applications we're going to provide to you. Adobe, SQL Server 2016 Enterprise. Like I said, we have licensed application. These are not free things you download online. If you go online, check how much a version of SQL Server Enterprise Edition costs. So we have SQL Server 2016, 2017, 2019, Office, you know, these are applications we provide to you. In your welcome package, you also have books. These are the ebooks that we're going to be using throughout this training, right? In addition to that, you have notes. There are some notes we're going to provide when you're teaching a topic. We tell you, hey, go revise this note in that folder. Next thing is the syllabus. Of course, you're going to have the syllabus. So this is a welcome package that you're going to get once you register for the training. Within the first 2 weeks, you don't need all of this. Within the first 2 weeks, we're going to be studying, like you see here. Okay, this is what I was just telling you. Software components of a computer, right? Operating system, application software, and all of that. So starting Monday, this is where you're going to be at. Computer basics. We're going to look at all of this. You have pretty much study links. Then we have some labs to do. Once you're done with all of this, telling you about computer networking, hardware devices, and look at labs. For you to successfully have completed the first 2 weeks of free training, you need to finish all of these labs. Check our computer requirements, see how we'll rename our computer, work with File Explorer, work with Control Panel, how to uninstall programs, how to install programs, work with your disk management, how you can partition your drives in your computer, right? Work with OneNote, how you can use OneNote to capture, as a study tool for your note and all of that. Provide you the software to download and put in these respective folders, right? How you can use email, because you are going to a professional career, you're going to use email to communicate. We'll teach you all of those, right? So by the end of the first 2 weeks, you have a lot of labs to do, and that is at no cost. Make sense?
Yeah, I just wanted to know if you are providing the applications. And my next question was to find out if he was going to be able to run on Server 2016.
Do you have a server operating system?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Appears you're already into the IT field. Definitely it should run on Windows Server 2019 or 2016.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
Okay. So we'll provide you everything for the training. All right, guys. So like I said, today is just to get you started. You know, you all are in a good place. I would just like to give the floor to, is there any other student here who have not spoken?
Yes. Moise or Willie.
Is Moise there? Is Willie there?
Mojisola is here too.
So, hey, Solange is there. Hi, Solange. Is Solange there?
Victor is there.
Thanks for Morats.
Okay, I cannot hear anybody. Is there any student who is already taking this training who is here?
Mojisola.
Okay, Mojisola.
Yes, please.
How is it
From
going?
Nigeria. Cool.
How is it? You want to say a word?
Yes, just that I'm glad to be here. I have a little or no knowledge, coming from the banking sector. I just resigned, so I just hope. But so far, it's been cool. And I hope, I believe I should be able to do this by God's grace.
Oh, definitely, you will. The only thing we ask for you is your determination and willingness, right? JB told you, I can remember when JB heard about this, she called me, asked about this, are you sure I can do this? I was telling her, you can do it. You can do it. She had to call everybody and ask if I can really do this. And today, where is she? She's struggling with 2 jobs there. And I want her to give me one.
Yeah, she has really motivated me this morning.
It takes someone to motivate someone.
Yeah.
Okay, any feedback from you guys? How do you feel? I'm just gonna do some sample. I'm gonna take Winifred. Winifred, how do you feel after this first day of class?
I feel good. I'm just trusting God to go through. You know, it was a hard decision to make, but I thank God that finally we could make that decision to get into it. I believe if others have been able to go through, then God is going to help me to go through with the rest of my classmates. Thank you. Thank you for the presentation.
That is it. Just that dedication. That's all we ask for, right? Do not give up. You have three things: dedication, consistency, right? You have to be dedicated, you have to be consistent, and you need to have that open mind to learn, right? Do not give up. Do not give up. At that time, when you feel like I'm giving up, call JB, call Helen, or call someone. I'm pretty sure they felt like that at one point. Right. Okay. Let me see. I see Joe, your hand is up. No, I think that was a longer time ago. Elias.
Divine. Is
Elias.
it shared?
I'm here.
Your hand is up.
What was that?
Is your hand up?
My hand up? Oh, it was up. I had a question like an hour ago, but right now I have no question.
Okay, so how do you feel? Are you gonna continue after today, or are you gonna?
What was that?
Are you gonna continue the training after? How do you feel after today's first day?
Oh, yeah, today was good. It was good to know the basics of of this course. And yes, obviously, I'm going to continue. You'll be seeing me till the course is done in 6 months. So yeah.
Nice. I'll see you forever, not just when it is done. You think I'm ever gonna stop seeing JB again? It's a family, right? I'm building my profile with people I know. I'm gonna know great men like Elias, as I know great women now like JB. And even Chi. Chi, how is it going?
It's going good so far. I'm excited. Like I've heard from a lot of people that did this already. My friend Chi in Texas, he's the one that told me to take this course, and we walk this part together. To see him succeed in under 6 months, it's really like motivation for me. So I'm excited.
Oh, perfect. You mean Chi, Brian?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my small man. They call him Brian Jr.
Yeah, he told me a lot about you.
Oh, nice. So you're in the right place. So I like when you look up to somebody, and I'm happy that he inspired you. And yeah, you're definitely in a good place, right? With that kind of person, you always be looking up to. If he could do it, definitely you should be able to. And I'll advise you, Chi came in full force, right? He's one of those that he was the first in that class to have a job, and that was within the first 4 months. And if you ask Alan, they'll tell you when he was in class, he will concentrate, he asks questions. After class, he does not sleep. When he got to the 3rd month, he started bugging us with, please give me videos of the other class. Give me videos of the other class. So that is the kind of spirit that you need to bring in.
Yeah, he's that guy.
First is to be confident about yourself, right? Be confident about yourself. Okay. All right.
I see Spring of Joy Parish has a question.
Yes, Spring of Joy.
Yeah, that is Victor. The Spring of Joy is just the name of my parish as a pastor.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm a pastor in charge of Spring of Joy.
Wow, outstanding. Nice to have you, Pastor.
Yes, nice to have you as well. He's my colleague in the ministry. He's a pastor as well, Jude Chimezie.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, is the one I put, who is my referral. is the one that introduced me to it. Actually, he just told me yesterday and encouraged me to be there today. So, and I quickly buy the idea, and I have to come in today with my wife, so that two of us will now quickly get into it after he has explained the benefits and how far he's going to help us even in the ministry, that we need modern technology and other things to enhance and move our ministry forward. Because here in United States, you find out that to pay for someone who will help you to do anything, you pay a lot. But if you know what to do by yourself, you save a lot. And then before we come to monetary aspect of it, when we are told of the figure you are going to earn within 1 year or in a year, is pretty attractive. So we decided, well, yeah.
Oh my.
So it's really good, and I really enjoy the takeoff.
No.
And I believe that we will land safely. We will land smoothly.
No, perfect. Thank you so much for that, and I'm happy that you know, someone referred you and you're here today. I will just tell you that just be in class, don't be intimidated by anything. Have an open mind to learn. You yourself, you'll be surprised after 2 weeks the things that you know, as compared to when you just started the training. So just feel at home. This is a class coming full force and ready to learn. Right, you're in a good place.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Stephen Osak, how do they say your last name? You are muted.
For that to me.
Yeah, my last name is Osakwe, Osakue.
Osakwe. I was hoping that if it was Osakwe, it would be a W instead of a U.
No, that's that's the Igbo spelling of the Osakwe.
Oh, Igbo Kweno.
No, I'm an Edo.
Oh,
I'm from Edo State. Yes, Benin City.
Nice
Yes.
to have you.
Thank you. Well, I'm glad to know that I have some colleagues there, that the guy that just spoke now. I'm equally a pastor.
Wow. So people meet at different places, at various places.
Yeah, I'm equally a pastor, and I think my major interest actually in this program is also ministry, to be able to use this for ministry. Though the work, we could also work with it as well. So that's I'm glad to know that at least I have some colleagues here. But my wife Linda wanted to ask some questions.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi. Yeah, I actually I've asked you the question earlier on before the program started. It's about the connections that I bought. The
monitor.
The cable I bought does not fit with my computer.
Okay, I thought we spoke about that, right? I think take a picture, like you can even take a laptop, right? You can even hold a laptop with you, go to any computer place and just show them that this is the port that I have on my laptop. I need a cable that will be able to fit here and go to the monitor, right?
Okay.
If you don't want to take the laptop, just on the side of the laptop where you have that port, where the cables will fit, to take a picture of that, then take a picture of your laptop, then go to any computer place and tell them, hey, I need a cable that will connect these two devices. They will give you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. Any other person? We should be rounding off now. Any other person who is inspired to say something
Yeah.
I just want to say something.
Rita's hand has been up.
Okay, Rita, let's have Rita. Rita, go ahead.
I just want to ask like a few questions. Is a keyboard necessary for us to buy?
If you mean an external keyboard?
Yes, for the monitor.
No, you don't need a keyboard for the monitor, right? If you look at my screen here, Rita, this is your computer. This is your laptop, right?
Yeah.
Do you see my screen?
Yeah, I'm not seeing your screen. Oh.
You should.
Rita,
do you see my screen?
Yes, I do.
I'm not seeing your screen. Is it only Rita that you're sharing to?
No, everybody should be able to see my screen. Do you see my screen now?
Yes, I can see it now.
Okay. So Rita, this is your laptop, right?
Yeah.
Rita.
Yes.
This is your laptop. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
This is your laptop. Your laptop already has a keyboard, correct?
Yes.
So all you need is an extra monitor. This is all you need. This extra monitor, because you're going to be typing anything through your computer. This extra monitor is just a display, just like this part of your computer. That you say, okay, I need this to have it here. You connect a cable. So you're still going to be using your laptop to type, but now you can see what you're typing here, as well as you can also see other things on this screen. So it's just like, look at it this way. I have a small screen. I want to make it bigger by buying another screen to add it there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you don't need
Another one is like, I know when we get further in it, we'll be able to like understand more, but like when sharing us into groups for like carrying out projects, will our time availability be considered? Because I'm sure some people might be working different shifts or whatever. And would that be considered?
Exactly.
Like, yeah.
So advise you on group work, right? How does a group work? Normally, people will look for a common time to say we can meet on Sundays at this time, we can meet on Saturdays at this time. But regardless, in a group, you have to do your work individually, so you all just meet and discuss. Let me say I give a project. When we give a project, we don't expect that you all should sit in the entire group to do it. You all will just say that, okay, today we are working on part 1. Once we work on part 1, tomorrow we're gonna meet and review it. The next we're gonna work on part 2. So it's always gonna be, you will not have people that are just in the same group and they have the same schedule, especially in America. You don't. But you need to look for a way to fit in. Your group will have like 6 to 7 members. If 3 of you are available, work. The next day there are 3 available, they're gonna work. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. One last comment.
Yeah, I have a small doubt.
Fanny, is your hand up?
Yes, Prof.
Go ahead.
Prof, when soon do we have to have the monitor?
We'll say that as soon as we can give you this week, but you should have had it now, right?
Yes.
But
then I also want to thank you because I was very skeptical. My husband has been trying to get me into IT for like 3 years. I'm like, no, I like the medical field. I don't want to do it, but I think for first contact, I am liking it. So thank you.
Nice. We like that, right? Nothing wrong with the medical field, but you always want to look for other opportunities, right?
Yes.
So this is good. I myself, I used to be a CNA. I wrote entrance to go do LPN. And thank God that the school was closed by the government, and that's why I embarked back on IT. Or I've been an LVN now, travel nurse. Just kidding. So You're in a good place. I'm happy you've decided to do this. And even if you're doing this, right, I don't want to do it for a SQL job. This is going to help you. The world now is all about information technology. Even if you're a nurse or what, at one point, you definitely need IT. So don't look at it as if I'm doing this. You're doing it for your kids. With this knowledge, you can orientate your kids, right? Just imagine your kids are great. How do you orientate them? You need to also know a little bit of IT and other stuff, because everything is about IT. Don't just look at it. First, look at it at that point to better yourself. You know how it feels when you have a degree. You feel like self-content, right? You're contented with that. So by the time you gain knowledge, it makes you happy. Now I'm very happy because I can stand somewhere and talk about SQL, something I know, and people will not understand me. So anything you learn is to your advantage. So you are in the right place, and welcome. Get your monitor pretty much by the end of this week, so you don't get frustrated in class.
Okay.
Okay, Prof.
Yes.
This Pastor Victor KK's wife.
Okay.
I just want to thank you for this privilege, and also to thank our colleague that told us about it. But I'm just afraid because some of us that are somebody like me, I don't know anything about computer. I'm just asking myself, because when my husband was convincing me that I should join him, I'm afraid because computer, will I be able to do it? Are you sure? If somebody that does not know anything, but with what you're saying and with what the lady that talked initially said, it was after she finished talking that my mind started coming down small, because when you started, I ran away. I didn't join it. I didn't join. I just came in, looked at you. I saw your face. I ran away. I said, I don't need to. So after about 1 hour thereabouts, I started hearing you people saying some things that are interested. I now came in. I said, let me stay by the side. But when she started talking, I said, I just sit up. I said, wow. So there are people that doesn't know anything at all. Because I just thank God. I said, okay, maybe I will give a try and see. So then another thing is this, what I didn't understand, this monitor and the laptop. I don't know how can laptop be operating with another monitor and mouse. My husband, I've never seen it. That's why I'm saying that we're totally novice in this thing. So if we want to now go, do we carry our laptop to Best Buy so that they will tell us what to buy? The monitor you're talking about with the mouse and the cable.
So yeah, you'll be good to take the monitor, and I really wanna applaud your courage, right? Accepting to come and sit here, and you're able to even listen to us and even talk, right? You and your husband both. One thing that I want you to understand is just your willingness to learn is a lot. At times you are not learning in life because you are learning to secure a job or because you are learning to compete with others, right? Learning never ends. Now look at this as an opportunity for you to understand computers. You don't know how a computer is connected. By the time you get to connect that computer, that is some joy in you. By the time you get to do something that someone asks you to do, that is some joy in you. You're not doing it for anybody. You're doing it for yourself. Of course, it is not going to be easy. Just looking at you, your family, it's not going to be easy. But the good thing in this training is that we offer you 2 weeks of free knowledge, just so you come and you're sure that, okay, can I do it? The class on Wednesday, it will help you learn some stuff. On the Friday, you learn some stuff and then you'll be able to use these 2 weeks to make a decision if I'm gonna be able to do it. But after 2 weeks, you'll be able to evaluate yourself, see what you have learned. And that should encourage you, right? That is why we don't come here, you say that you have to start this training today. We want to make sure that you understand what you're getting into and we help you make a decision. If after 2 weeks, I'm gonna call you and talk to you, can you do this, explain to you, and I'll advise you, if you cannot do this, go this other route. The goal here is not for us to come and for you to pay 3,000 francs. No, I will not be sitting here and allow you to pay me money on a monthly basis if you are not doing something. We have gotten to a point where we even tell people, we advise you that quit the training. You cannot do this. So JoinIT, we do more of orientation. We don't want to explore anybody, but we want to give you that 2 weeks of knowledge so you are able to make a decision.
Okay.
So I'm going to talk to you in 2 weeks, and it's going to be a very open conversation, right? Based on your activities, based on your participation in class, based on what you yourself you have seen. Because we don't want you to sit here and feel like you're financially committed, which you are not getting anything out of it.
Okay.
And it applies to everybody. We don't sugarcoat. If you come here, you pay money, $750, and you're not doing what you're doing, I tell you, you want the money, take it and leave. Because we can make more money adding a third job to what I do than following up on someone who feels like they are doing us a favor, paying us, and being distracted or distracting other students. So this is not money focused, right? I've reached out to students and I tell them that drop out of this training because you are not helping yourself. I don't want you to sit here deceiving yourself, thinking that you're deceiving me. No, it's not like that. So
then, Prof, another thing I want to ask, since we are together, are we going to buy two different, although we have two different laptop and also a monitor differently and the mouse differently?
no, just being very honest to you, right? I will not want you to go and invest some money where you feel you not make use of it. I don't know where it's going to. If you all are in the same house, you have that one laptop and that one monitor, you all can look at it. Within these first 2 weeks, you really don't need a computer. So after these first 2 weeks, if you feel like, man, I need to do this, your husband is like, I need to do this, then you buy that computer. For these first 2 weeks, leave what you have now should work. Okay? You all sit there with your books, take down notes and just try to understand as we are going. Then once we are getting after the fourth class, we'll have a conversation.
Okay.
Reach out to me anytime. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right. So we thought we were going to leave class today 30 minutes early, but it looks like JB is going to be leaving late. Okay, guys, this is going to be the end of our class. So on Wednesday, you will be placed in your respective classes. And once we are doing your actual class, please feel free to leave all the other groups, right? That general forum.
Okay. Prof, I'm getting to you on the phone in a while, please.
Who is that?
Joe. Joe, I just dropped a message to you on the phone and I'm getting to you after this, please.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a question, Prof.
All right.
Anton. Yeah, so I'm happy to be in this class today. Introduction. Are you getting me?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
Yeah, okay, I'm happy to have joined this initiation class today. So,
no, let me see where this noise is coming from so I can mute this person, Joe. Yeah, Joe, go ahead.
Yeah, so are you getting me?
Yeah, I'm getting you.
I'm trying to put my video, it's not working.
No, that's fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So I'm happy to have joined this initiation class today, but I'm still undecided. My level of computer knowledge is not too bad, but my my worries are, I've heard of database administrators. I've heard of Oracle database. And this one, I hear this one today, the MS Sql. What is the difference? Is there any preference to any of those two? Oracle database administrator and the MSQL database administrator. Do you think there's a preference in the working in the working field? Well,
okay.
In real life.
I get it. I get it. That's a good question.
Go for this one or that one. What do you prefer? What do you advise? Yeah.
Okay. So, right, first, I'm going to answer it this way. You know, there is iPhone, right?
Yes.
And there is Android. Correct?
Okay. Yeah.
So what are they? All of these have systems that manage your phone. Some people preferably go with iPhone. Some people preferably go with Android.
Okay.
Correct? So same, and all of these are like phone management applications, right? That comes in. Okay. I don't like iPhone because to me, it is complicated to use it. I don't like iPhone because it is expensive. I don't like iPhone because all the products of iPhone, you need to buy them and all of that. I like Android because Android is simple to use.
Okay.
I like Android because Android phones, you know, they are cheap. I'm a cheap person, right? I'm just kidding. I like Android because all the apps that you get them out there, they are free. So now, when you talk of database, databases are being managed by a database management system. And there are multiple types of database management systems out there. You have Microsoft SQL Server. You have Oracle. You have MySQL. You have Postgres. You have a lot of them. MariaDB. Do we have a Maria in this class? So these are all database management systems that we use to administer databases. So now you're looking at some of these are open source, like it is free. Right? Some of them are free. You have a free version of MySQL, you don't have to pay for it.
Okay.
So companies now decide what version am I going to use. Just like me and you will decide, do I need to go with Android or do I need to go with Apple?
Okay.
So Microsoft SQL Server is owned by Microsoft.
Okay.
For the first part, which company is the giant in the tech industry?
Okay, Microsoft.
That is when it comes to all these applications that companies use, right? Their computers, their operating system applications, Microsoft is a giant. So most companies use Microsoft products.
Okay.
Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows 7, and all of that. SQL Server runs on Windows.
Okay.
It is installed on Windows. Windows is user-friendly. You see me doing all of this with this graph, I can bring up something and type. SQL Server is more of a graphical user interface application where I can share my screen, I say right-click, and do this. You can see that. Now, if I'm comparing this with Oracle, Oracle is owned by the Oracle Corporation. Oracle itself is a database management system. Same like Microsoft SQL Server. 99% of the time, Oracle runs on a Linux operating system.
Okay.
The Linux operating system is not very user-friendly. It is more of command line where you need to type code.
Okay.
If you need to learn Oracle, you need to first of all learn the operating system is which Oracle is installed on. And that is something like this. This is what you're going to be working on. If I tell you, create me a database, you need to open a prompt like this, and you do it 99% of the time. This is what you're going to be seeing. You don't see all these graphs to right click and do anything.
Okay.
For you going into IT now as a beginner, you want to go with a simple route, which will help you understand better and be able to build on that. Starting as an Oracle DBA is not a very good idea. People do it and it works. Now, when it comes to job availability, Microsoft SQL Server has lots of jobs opening out there because most companies use SQL Server products. Okay. SQL Server is less expensive. Oracle, a license of Oracle is really expensive. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
So these are some of the differences, but they just compare it to Android and iPhone.
iPhone, okay.
Do you have an Android or an iPhone?
I have an Android.
Okay, I want you to try to use an iPhone and let me know. Don't be like JB.
And I never had one before. I intend to have it. So.
You want me to do your giveaway with one?
Yeah. Okay. I got you.
I don't have it either. I don't use that. So these are just some of the key things, right? If you're getting to IT, like on a serious note, SQL Server is good. I've been there. I've trained people. A lot of trainees leave Oracle and come to SQL because of the simplicity of SQL Server.
Okay.
Right. So hang around in these 2 weeks and make your decision. You don't need to make a decision to enroll now. Just learn within these 2 weeks and make your decision, okay?
Right. Thank you very much.
Right.
Appreciate it.
Okay, guys. So I know we have a lot of questions. Who wrote is that Spanish written in the chat like that?
Hello, Prof.
Yes, go ahead, Zico.
Yeah, Prof. Like it's not like I'm carrying you back. Like in that assessment, when you said to refer, I was actually referred by CV. I don't know if you know how I should use CV, but there was marked wrong. So I don't know.
No, forget about the max. Forget about the max, right? It's just a way of carrying something. Just don't worry about the max.
Okay, that's true.
All right, guys. Mbachi, are you okay?
Yeah, I am a little tired, but okay.
All right, nice. The class has already ended, so now it's just conversation. So we're gonna see you all on Wednesday. I'm gonna have you on your respective groups based on your results. So reach out to me tomorrow, please reach out. You have the group chat, reach out to me. This number, you always get hold of me through this number. You know, for now, use the number 210. Can I remember the number? 993-7190. Right, send me a message or just send in the chat. I'll be able to get hold of you. Okay. You can reach out to Helen.
Can you take the number again?
210-993-7190. That's the JoinIT official number. You can save it as JoinIT official. All right, guys. We'll see you all on Wednesday. Ask questions in the chat as much as you can. And get ready for classes. All right?
Right.
Thank you, Helena. Thank you, JB. Thank you, support system. It was a great day one.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
Have a good one. See you on Wednesday.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Good night, everyone.